Welcome back to Mama Dee's Kitchen. We're going to make a dessert for Dave today. It's a real simple dessert, but we're going to make it using Thrive strawberries. Let me just show you these strawberries. Now you can go to the store and you can buy strawberries to do the same thing I'm doing here, but I didn't have to go to the store and chop them and take the seeds out. Anything. Let me just show you this. Strawberries. It's the only ingredient in there, and they're wonderful. So I've already refreshed my strawberries. And what we're going to make today is we're going to make strawberry tarts. We're going to put a vanilla cream cheese type frosting on it when they're cooled off, but let me just show you. So we're going to turn our induction cooktop on. We're going to add about just shy of a 1/4 cup of butter into our pan. And what's nice about this recipe is that I'm using monk porch sugar. And it's a sugar that doesn't mess with your blood level or your glycemic index or any of that stuff, and it's wonderful. We're also going to add a little bit of homemade vanilla. And I've shared with you before that vanilla is just simply, I use Madagascar vanilla beans and vodka. And you put it in your jar and you let it ferment for a couple, 3 months, longer if you want it to be stronger. And then you have vanilla. It's wonderful. It's what I use all the time for my cooking.
Now, is that sugar 1 for 1?
Yes, the sugar is 1 for 1, and I'll turn it down because it's burning too quick. So whatever you would put in regular sugar, you're going to do the same thing with the Monkford sweetener. Now there's several different ones out on the market. I like, it's just straight Monkford sweetener or sugar. And I'm just going to let this kind of simmer a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla to it, just to give it a little bit of flavoring. You can see here I've already taken my puff pastries out. I've had them in the freezer and I've already taken them out. And Dave, I'm only going to make you 2 today, and I'm going to make me 2.
So you think.
So I think. Now on puff pastry, you could add egg white on it if you wanted to, just to give the corners a little seal. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the corner of mine. I'm just letting this come up to a simmer. You see the tasting and the sweetness of it. Now, as you know, Dave and I live in our RV. We have a 2018 MBS 377 Solitude bunk model, and we love it. I work full-time from the rig. We travel all over the place. We're getting ready to head east, and I'm so excited. We're going to go visit some friends and then eventually make our way up to our granddaughters. So excited. So when you think about living in a rig, you think about weight, what you can carry. You can't stock up like you would if you were at home. And so by living in the rig and cooking the way that Dave and I cook, it doesn't have to be hamburgers or hot dogs every night or simple meals. I can make a gourmet meal, what I would classify as a gourmet meal, very quickly and very easily with not a lot of space. Now, if you don't like a lot of sugar in yours, do it without sugar, but the butter really gives it that creamy, I don't know what you'd call it, creamy texture maybe, creamy taste, like you just, it's just really good. Okay. We're going to let this sit for just a few minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll put it on our pastries there and get them ready to go into the convection oven. And then we'll come back and we will frost them. So come back in a few minutes with us as we finish out these strawberry tarts. Welcome back. So our strawberry tart mixture is really cooled down a little bit and it's thickened up quite a bit. And we're going to go ahead and put them on our pastries and get them cooking. Now you don't want a lot on your pastry because, I mean, I like them where they come oozing out the sides. And so everybody does theirs differently. But you want to make sure that you don't, you know, you're not putting too much on there. These are a little bit different size, so do them. This would make a good topping for ice cream too. Don't you think, Dave?
Yes. You bought this pastries where?
Just at the grocery store. So we're gonna have a little mess, and that's okay. Just dipping my finger in a little bit of water. Probably what it would have been smarter was to cut these at a square. As you can see, they're kind of oblong. But that's okay. They don't have to be perfect. Lift these up. So I have my pan ready with parchment in it already. And parchment is your friend. It keeps you from having to oil your pan or from your food sticking to your pan. Clean up is a breeze. Now I'm going to put these in the oven, into my convection oven, and they're going to cook for about 15 minutes and they'll puff up. And when I'm done cooking them and they're out cooled a little bit, then we'll make our frosting and just drizzle it over the top. So we'll see you in a few. Hi, welcome back. So you can see that our puffed strawberry pastries have cooked and they've cooled off. And now I'm going to just whip up a really quick drizzle frosting to go on it. But I kind of wanted to show you this. This is again Monkford sugar, which I was showing you earlier. And this is a Monkford type powdered sugar. So if you have issues that you don't want to use regular sugar or regular powdered sugar, they even have a brown sugar that you could use as well. And it just, again, it doesn't raise your blood sugar levels. So what I have here is I have a little bit of cream cheese and a little bit of butter, milk, and then vanilla. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix this in with this powdered sugar. Add a little bit of vanilla to it. Someone told me once, and I've tried it in it, and it makes it taste better. I don't use Cool Whip very often, but if you do use Cool Whip, a way to make it taste more like real whipping cream is if you take it and just whip it with a whisk like this, and you add a little bit of vanilla to it, and it really does enhance the flavor and make it more like regular whipping cream that you whip up. Alright, so we just have like a little drizzle that we're going to use. Grab a little spoon here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to set this right here. And we're going to take, you want two, Dave?
Of course. This is dinner, right?
And we're going to take and we're going to drizzle just a little bit of this on there. Just enough to give it a little bit of probably should have cooked just a tad more to make them puff more. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our strawberry mixture and we're just going to put a little bit of it on top. Just kind of a dollop. And there you go. Strawberry puff pastry tarts made in 20 minutes. A nice, easy evening dessert or breakfast dessert, I guess you could say. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please leave your comments down below. I'll post the recipe on my website like we always do, fortsolitude.com. In the meantime, keep looking up.